Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first ever Res Cafe's comedy show. My name is Eric G. Wilson. Thank you very much. My name is Eric G. Wilson. I'm known as the super freak in the world of bodybuilding. I'm a self-represented professional actor, graduated from Vancouver Acting School, and I'm the co-creator of Res Cafe with my partner, Ray G. Thunderchild. We decided to put this show on and showcase all First Nations talent. It's going to be an awesome show this evening, and thank you all for showing up tonight. A little bit about myself. I'm from Campbell River. I'm from Hamalko First Nation, and thank you. I'm a full-blood native, and I'm also going on the travel canoe journey this summer. We're going to be going to Bella Bella. I'll be traveling with the Hamalko canoe family. We have a 35-foot dugout cedar canoe, and we're all going to make our own paddles, and it's going to be an amazing journey. This will be my 6th canoe journey that I'll be going on, and thank you all for coming here and supporting me in my fundraiser for this event. And also a little bit more about myself. I'm in bodybuilding. I was recently at the Western Canadian Bodybuilding Show. And I'll be training for the Sandra Wickham Classics going on this November as well. And I'm also the voice of Matthew Carver. It's going to be on Kagagi the Raven happening on APTN this fall. Thank you very much. I'm also fundraising for the BC Cancer Foundation Concrete Hero Challenge going on this summer on August 17th. I've got a donation envelope set up over there at the door, so we're also you bought your tickets. So if you have any money you'd like to donate for this, that'd be greatly appreciated. And so now I'd like to turn it on over to my partner Ray Thunderchild. He's going to be your official host this evening, and he's the creator of Res Cafe. This is all his idea, and I just kind of helped him bring it to life. So without further ado, here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Ray Thunderchild.
All right, you know what I'm going to, hello everybody. Hey, can I get you guys to turn that the TV down noise a little bit, please, if you can? Okay, and welcome everybody. Listen, all you ladies, I was going to do you all a favor here, okay? A little while ago when Eric Wilson said he was on the bodybuilding championship, I was going to get him to do some poses up here for you, but no, but we're, you know, if he can't do it, if I can't do it, then he can do it, okay? Yeah, I show off my cake. You know, all the young people, they always worry about having a six-pack, right? As you get older, you worry about the cake. Hey. Anyways, welcome. I just want to start everybody off here tonight by introducing some of the acts that we're going to have on here. That'll tickle your funny bone. One of them is getting himself drunk right now over there. Just kidding. Ladies and gentlemen, and the reason why, like I said, like when Eric was saying that, the reason why this, you know, Res Cafe was put up in this way, we just want to showcase First Nations comedians out there. We do have a lot of comedians out there, or people that think they're funny, like, you know, Dwayne, go in the truck. Hey, I like seeing that when I have the microphone, because you can't see it now. Anyway, so just relax, get yourself something to eat, get yourself something to drink. In the meantime, get me something to drink. I'm coffee out now, so I drink. No, just kidding. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way, where's that book? Let me see that book here. I'm going to let him explain where he comes from. So we're going to bring out their first act out here, ladies and gentlemen. Originally from Ontario, but now I'll let him tell his story, okay? DJ Roy, let's give him a nice round of applause.
Yeah, I just almost dropped my, hey, what's up? How are y'all doing? Right, a silent audience, I love them. You don't disturb my comedy at all by throwing me off with your silence and laughter. Alright, so I'm DJ, I'm your first comic, because I drew the short straw. Here. Has anyone been to a comedy show before? Okay, a few of you. Is anyone the first time being a comic to a comedy show? No? Okay. Let me explain what goes, because you ever wonder what goes through our head? Why we do this? Do you ever wonder? It's because we're starving for attention. We never hugged enough as children. See? Thank you. I will not kill myself tonight because of you. You saved a life. You saved, it's my life, so it's E, but you saved the life tonight. I was gonna say, you might go, okay, I'm gonna kill him. But you gotta understand, is I go out mostly every night to rooms like this, pour my heart and soul out. You guys judge, dismiss me, I go home and cry. And somewhere in there is large amounts of alcohol. Yay, alcohol. Because you gotta see, is like, I have an affliction, I have a birth defect. Because you guys know, you have that voice inside your head that says, don't or do say that. I don't have one. Instead, I have another voice going, oh, dude, say it! And I've had this affliction my whole life. Like, I got kicked out of summer school. The fact that I'm in summer school says, oh, I applied myself to my education. The fact I got kicked out says, oh, Mom's so proud. Because you see, I'm from a small little town in Ontario that no one's ever heard of. Toronto. 5 million itty-bitty, we all know each other. Well, back there's a radio station called Chum. It's spelled C-U, or C-H-U-M-C. Now you know why I feel summer school. I got special needs, I'm just special. I wear a helmet and don't have a bike. Put it together. Okay, it's spelled C-H-U-M. I bought one of the t-shirts, cut out the H, went to school. See, Mom doesn't tell people I'm a comic. She tells people I still sell drugs. Because back in Toronto, that's a legitimate profession. Ask our mayor. See, I'm so pro at this. See, I travel across Canada into the States. I'm not a jet setter as much as a greyhounder. And I travel greyhound way more than I should. But has anyone been to the border lately? Well, those guys have issues. They need a hug. I showed up to the border, this big burly guy with an assault rifle, all body armor, drilling me full of questions. And I shit you not, this is one of the questions he asked. He goes, boy, you got any drugs or drug paraphernalia on you? And before I snapped off, the first thing that came to my head, which was, oh man, I knew I forgot to pack something. I'll be right back. Before that bad boy snaps off, all of a sudden I've heard a voice I've never heard before. It goes, cavity search. And the vision of this big burly guy putting on a rubber glove going, boy, bend over and try to relax. I don't get calls. So I'm down in LA living the Canadian entertainment dream, which basically means I'm still homeless, but I'm wearing shorts in February. The Canadian entertainment dream. So I had to work, and I'm illegal, so I had to go where all the rest of us go. I went to Home Depot. So it's me and 50 Mexicans hanging out there. And they're looking at me like... So eventually one walks up and goes, hey gringo, why you here? And I'm like, oh, sorry, I'm Canadian. Oh my God, snowbacks. We've heard of you. Like, don't worry, we'll get you work. And sure enough, some redneck comes driving up and he's like, I need 3, a Negro tree. And I'm like, you need 3 guys? He's like, English, where was that? You, get my truck. As we're driving, he's like, you're my translator today. And I'm like, at what point do I explain all the Spanish I know comes from watching Dora the Explorer? So we get on the job site, he gives me some orders, I walk up to the guys, and I'm like, oh, this is going to go well. And I'm like, you guys speak English? And I'm like, yeah, we speak English. Then why am I here today? And he's like, he's an ass. We just tell him we don't know English. Trust me, we get away with a lot. So sure enough, after that job ends, they get me on an all Spanish crew. They're like, all right, Deej, anyone gives you a hard time, just repeat after me, no habla. And I'm like, yeah, that's gonna work. Sure enough, redneck comes up, yells at me. I'm like, no habla? He's like, wait, aren't you Canadian? No habla, eh? So I run out of money, now I gotta travel back to Canada via Greyhound because I'm living the dream. So I get to Canadian Customs, which is 180. It's like, she's like, hey dear, how long have you been gone? Really, that long? Guess you're missing your Timmy's, here's a double-double. Because it's Canadian Customs / Tim Hortons, just to save your space. And she's like, I gotta ask you some stupid questions. And I'm like, go ahead, shoot. And she's like, do you have any drugs or drug paraphernalia on you? And I'm like, you understand I'm going to Vancouver, right? That's like bringing food to an all-you-can-eat buffet. You get off the Greyhound in Vancouver, and there's a line of people who want to sell you drugs. They're not good drugs, but they're still drugs, right? And my roommate says, like, because I'm living here with my roommate, and he says I have anger issues. And I'm like, note to self, kill roommate in his sleep. But he's like, take me out to rallies, and rallies are fun. But I realized, I went to one rally and I saw a pretty girl. Guys, don't go to rallies to pick up women, just don't. But I saw this pretty girl holding up a sign that said, down with the white man. So I went and grabbed a piece of paper and marker and wrote my own sign, and it said, go down on this half-white man. I was asked to leave and not come back. At this point, I explained that I'm Métis, and this is where you're like, really? Because I thought you were a lost reject from The Sopranos. Like a Jersey Shore extra that just didn't make it on TV. Yeah, I mean, I'm Métis. But I grew up in a very Sicilian neighborhood. That explains it. But it's like, because if you don't know what Métis is, A, our education system failed us, and B, I'm going to explain anyways. I'm French, Mohawk, born and raised in Toronto. By the blank stares, I'll bring it down a little more. I threaten to leave, go nowhere. I blame you, well, who's white here? I blame you for stealing my land, and as a true Torontonian, do not acknowledge anyone else exists. But it's like growing up in Toronto, I grew up in a very Sicilian neighborhood, and it's like, to this day, my best friend mom still thinks Iroquois is a village in northern Italy. But growing up like that, I learned a lot about the culture. My sister tried to combine the two cultures, right? So she would make lasagna with venison, right? And if you've ever fed venison to an Italian, this is the response you get. Did you just feed me Dundee? Did you just feed me Dundee? What's for dessert? Thumper? And that's when you're like, rabbit calzone? Not a good idea. No. But I grew up in one of those neighborhoods where someone would be digging in the middle of the night and no one's asking questions. Those kind of neighborhoods, we don't ask questions. Like people like, so you're part of organized crime. And I'm looking at my friends going, I've been involved in a lot of disorganized crime. But I was raised by my mom or grandmother. Anyone else raised by the grandmother? Right. Anybody else been beaten with a wooden spoon? Right. I'm not the only one going to therapy. God, my grandmother was like goddamn Jackie Chan with wooden spoons. You know, like I'd be thinking of doing something bad, and she'd be like, whoa, sight. Granny senses are tingling. Oh. And I'd be like, but she was badass with that. But she was like, she beat me once so bad, I thought my name was Kunikente. And if you've grown up that, at least you saw Roots. If you don't know, rent Roots if you don't have a weekend. But I mean, being Aboriginal, we could never make a movie called Roots, because for that, we would need land. We can make a movie called Uprooted. But my grandmother beat me once so bad, she broke the spoon, right? She broke the wooden spoon on me, right? And that's when I grew a set of balls. And I'm like, what you gonna do now, Granny? What you gonna do now? And that's when Granny got gangster. It was a nice trip to emerge. But now, you see, I made tea because Granny also liked partying on the res. It was funny because my grandmother would beat me and beat me again in French. It's like, how Canadian, a bilingual ass whooping. But now, like, my mom remarried, And my mom is from New Brunswick, which is just basically Newfie light. And my new dad, and I refuse to call him daddy because that's just weird. My new dad is from Jamaica. Could you imagine those kind of conversations going down? I need a translator just for you, right? But I'm meeting my new brother this summer in Toronto, and I'm thinking, I'm scared the first words out of his mouth would be, Aizabaizer, Bumba class, everything. That's my biggest fear. At this point, I tell you I'm single, and he's really like, no, really, DJ, you seem so young adjusted. I couldn't imagine how you would be single. And being single, it's kind of weird these days. I mean, because it involves a lot of computer dating. And the other thing I've learned from computer dating is I've learned how to type with one hand. I've also learned some other terms like BBW means oh God. And when she said I like BBC, I truly thought she meant British television. All the girls got that, guys. Google it. And but I mean, I'm on Plenty of Fish just because the jokes write themselves. OK Cupid's code for okay, I've given up and I'll settle. And I'm on Tinder because I don't get enough rejection in my life. Yay! And I tried speed dating and I got confused because I thought we were doing loads of crystal meth and going to date. I was standing there like, hi, my name's DJ, I'm a Sagittarius. I love long, fast walks on the beach. Want another bump? And the poor girls look at me like, if you're not familiar with speed dating, they said 7 guys, 7 girls for 3 minutes each. So I get all my rejection done at once and only got to buy a meal. I love speed dating. But I'll leave you on this note is my last actual relationship. I was dating a Jewish girl and her parents weren't too fond of me. So I sat them down and explained I'm circumcised, so it's kosher. Now her parents hate me. But the last movie we went and saw was Passion. FYI, not a date movie, especially with a Jewish girl. But I highly recommend if you get a chance, watch Passion of Christina. Ron Jeremy's portrayal as Moses, as he parts the redhead and just nails it to across the heart. It was the most biblical moment of my life. I cried. You guys are a wonderful audience. Thank you for supporting.